Hello everyone, so welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTET channel. So my dear friends, today we have come to the end of Unit 3, Gender Development, with the last subunit, that is Gender Identity in the Family or in the Matrilineal Society. So when we, alright, before all this, let's just begin right away from the introduction only. Later on we will discuss. Alright. So, gender identity in family. Gender identity refers to a person's deeply held sense of their own gender, which may or may not align with the sex they were assigned at birth. It's an intrinsic aspect of one's identity and can have a significant impact on family dynamics. Gender identity is a complex and deeply personal aspect of individuals' life, and it's important for families to understand and support their loved ones in the journey of self-discovery. So, gender refers to a person's deeply held sense of their own gender, which may or may not align with the sex they were assigned at birth. What do these means? These means that even if I am a boy, I may like to play with dolls. Even if I'm a boy, I may like to keep long hairs or long nails. It's my wish. And my family members, they have to cooperate with me and they have to adjust with me, right? And suppose if I'm a girl, I want to keep my hair short and I like to wear jeans and I like to ride bullet. So that is my wish. So my family members should support me, right, and should not discriminate me. So this is what they are saying. So in a family we have different members: mother, father, brother, sister, younger siblings, elder siblings, uncle, aunties. So they should be mature enough to understand that everybody have their own right, irrespective of their sex, what they want to do. If I'm a female, I may like to go for engineering. So it's my wish, right? If I'm a female and I want to go for auto driving, so it's my wish. So that is what the family member should understand. Now, gender identity, understanding gender identity. Gender identity is not solely binary male or female. It can be spectrum including but not limited to cisgender, a person whose gender identity matches their assigned sex at birth, and transgender, a person whose gender identity differs from their assigned sex at birth. Non-binary or genderqueer individuals may identify as a mix of both genders or neither, and they might use pronouns like they, them. For example, if a person assigned male at birth identifies as a woman, their gender identity is female, right? If a person assigned male at birth identifies as a woman, their gender identity is female. So what they are saying, what they're talking all about here is that we have different sexes, right? Male, female, and trans. So, and we have also talked about lesbian, gay, transgender in the previous video, right? So here it says that you might be a male, you might be born as a male, but your gender identity may be different, or what is expected of you can be different. If born as a female, your gender identity can be different. So cisgender means what? Cisgender means a person, right? It is a person whose gender identity matches their assigned sex at birth. So if your gender identity is matching with your sex, then you are a cisgender. But if your identity is different from that of the sex assigned to you, then it's a transgender, right? So this is the difference. And to a transgender, we generally do not call he or she, we call they or them. All right, we call them they or them because they are neither male nor female. They are in the middle, that is trans, right? And it is their wish how they want to carry themselves. They want to carry themselves as male, or they want to carry themselves as female, or they want to carry themselves as neither male nor female. Carry themselves means what? Means dress up, or how they build up their personality. So it's up to them. They can do it as a male does or as a female does. Now, challenges faced. Some individuals may face challenges in accepting their gender identity, which can lead to anxiety, depression, or feelings of isolation. Families might struggle to understand or accept a loved one's gender identity, potentially leading to strained relationship. So sometimes accepting the gender identity becomes very difficult. I might not behave according to my gender assigned by the society. So in that case, what happens, The individual may suffer from anxiety, he might have depression, or he might have feeling of isolation, that they are not understanding my need. Members, they are not understanding me. So this is what the individual might feel, right? Support and acceptance. Supportive families can significantly impact an individual's well-being. Offering love, respect, and understanding can make the journey of self-discovery more manageable. For example, if a person assigned female at birth identifies as non-binary, a supportive family might use the child's preferred pronouns and help them express their gender identity as the way that feels authentic. Now, if it is the opposite of challenges faced, so suppose if your family is understanding, they are compassionate enough, then they will understand your individual gender identity and what you are in need of, and they will help you, they can make the journey of your self discovery even more manageable and easy. Social and legal implications. Depending on the location, laws may protect individuals from discrimination based on their gender identity. Families can play a crucial role in advocating for their loved ones in such cases. Now, in some places, the lesbian or the gay marriages and all, they are legal, but in some places it is illegal, right? So it is illegal. So it depends on the location in which the individuals are born or are living. Educational resources. Families can educate themselves about gender identity through books, support groups, and online resources to better understand their loved ones' experiences. For instance, a parent learning about the experiences of transgender individuals may better support their transgender child. So families can educate themselves, all right? They should educate themselves about gender identity. Like, yes, these are the things a third gender child does, or these are the expectations of a third gender child. So they should be, they must educate themselves. At the same time, they should also look to the needs and requirements of their transgender child. Empathy and open communication. Encouraging open, non judgmental conversation can help individuals explore and express their gender identity. For instance, a teenager coming out as a transgender might appreciate a family's willingness to listen and learn about their experiences. Suppose a teenager finds himself that he is a transgender, then the family should be open so that they can discuss what they are feeling inside. How, it is shocking to them as well that they realize that they are transgender, because they will feel like they will not be accepted in the society. Nobody is going to accept them in the society. They will be neglected, they will be rejected. So these are the things going on in the mind of the transgender. So we, the family, as we know, we are the primary agent of socialization, so we should understand the feelings and experiences of that child. Role modeling. Family members can set a positive example by respecting their loved ones' gender identities and using correct pronouns and names. This sets the tone for broader acceptance within the family and the community. Now, when somebody comes to know that yes, somebody from our family is a transgender, then they should, be respectful to them and be very careful of in what sense they are talking about the different genders, and what are the names or the pronouns they are using to address that individual. Now, seeking professional help. If family dynamic becomes challenging due to loved one's gender identity, seeking guidance from the therapist, counselors, or support groups can be beneficial. Remember, each person's journey of self discovery and gender identity is unique. It's crucial for families to approach this topic with empathy, an open heart, and a willingness to support their loved ones on their path to understanding and expressing their gender identity. So now you as the family member, suppose if you think that you are not able to sort out the problem of the transgender individual in your family, then you can seek the help of a therapist. You can visit a therapist, or you can visit a counselor, or you can ask some groups, whoever is expert in dealing with transgenders or in dealing with this kind of children or individual. Then you can take their help, and at the same time, you as family members should be very very empathetic with the person, because that person is feeling very low, that person is a transgender. It's very hard for him to accept, and at the same time, if family members are also against that individual, then it will be a complication, it will be more complicated. That's why parents should take the help of others, whoever is expert in this field, and make the individual feel accepted and loved, and allow them to express their feelings and emotions. Gender identity in matrilineal society. So, of course, we are proud Meghalayans, right? We are proud people of Meghalaya. Why are we proud? Because we are the state which is matrilineal in nature. Now, what is matrilineal? Matrilineal means taking the surname of mother. As we see all over India, the surname of the father is taken, right? For example, if I say Saif Ali Khan, so his daughter is Sara Ali Khan, right? So she has taken the name of the father. And then if I say Amitabh Bachchan, then Abhishek Bachchan is the child of Amitabh Bachchan, so he has taken his father's name. But in our Meghalaya society, in our state Meghalaya, we see that the individuals like to take the mother's surname, which is a very proud and unique culture which we see in our state, of which we should be very proud of, right? And we see that the youngest daughter in the family inherits the property of mother. Of course, there are certain rules and regulations when we do so. So, in a matrilineal society, gender identity is typically defined based on one's lineage or descent through the maternal line. This means that a person's identity and status within the society are often determined by their mother's lineage. Now, in a matrilineal society, you will be recognized by your mother's mahari, right? Your mother's mahari. Nasimang siapa mo? Ansini Meghalaya de matrilineal state onga maini kaman ona. Ansungora magopani title kosar aba mo, magopani surname kosar aba. Magopa R mara kongode. Dimichik tipandeba R mara kongen. Magopa W moment ongode. Dimichik tipandeba W moment ongen. Mana de pete magopani surname kon rabata mo. Yan niyam de yan. Magopani surname kon animo. So example is given here. In the Garo tribe of northeastern India, the state of Meghalaya, which practices a matrilineal system, gender identity and inheritance are tied to the mother's side of the family. So what happens here is that gender identity and inheritance are tied to mother's side of the lineage or the family, which means the child will inherit the property of the mother and will be identified in the society by the mother's surname only. In this society, a person's clan and property are passed down from mother to the daughter. So as I was explaining in the beginning that the mother's property will be passed down to their daughters. This means that a child's identity, rights and obligations are primarily associated with their mother's lineage. So here in Meghalaya, we will see that whatever the properties mother have, that will be passed down to the daughter, and daughter will be responsible for carrying ahead the mother's lineage and property. For instance, if a Garo woman has a daughter, that daughter will inherit the family's property and carry on the mother's clan name. Yes. The son, on the other hand, may not inherit these properties but could have his own responsibilities within the mother's clan. So, we know that daughters are the one who gets the property of the mother, especially the youngest daughter, I guess. But it does not deny the fact that even the sons, they have their duties and responsibilities towards the mother. In such societies, gender identity is often less focused on the traditional binary concept of male and female and more on the roles and responsibilities associated with one's maternal lineage. It's essential to note that while these societies have a different approach to gender identity and inheritance, individuals can still have their own personal identity, gender identities that may or may not align with the roles prescribed by the matrilineal system. So whatever we have seen here is that Meghalaya is a matrilineal society, right? So here, daughters inherit their mother's property and women are the head of the families, right? Here in Meghalaya. So women are taken to be as the head of the family. So since we are preparing for MTET exam, and MTET exam means Meghalaya Teachers Eligibility Test, so it is about our own state. So you know it better than me. I believe that you know it better than me. So please, if there is any error, any mistakes you feel, then please rectify and proceed ahead. Go ahead, right? You rectify by yourself because you know the ground reality and you know it more than me. I guess this is the case, right? So whatever it is, so keep learning. And I think this is all in this video. This is the end of unit 3. So wish you all the best, and thank you everyone for staying connected with Ashok Tutorials, Meghalay's first MTET channel. Thank you.